Are you a senior waking up consistently during the night? What if I told you there's a new supplement that can reduce nighttime awakenings? And not only that, it's cheap, all natural, and virtually free of side effects. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Bruce, the Sleep Doctor. As I'm sure you know, as we age, we naturally spend less time in the deeper stages of sleep and more time in the light stages of sleep. Because of that, we seniors are more prone to sleep disruptions and nighttime awakenings, which means waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to fall back asleep can be a real problem. Well, a new study in the Journal of Experimental and Clinical Psychopharmacology suggests that a small amount of something called CBN, as in nighttime, can help reduce nighttime awakenings and overall sleep disturbance. Now, I've been a big fan of CBN for years, so I'm always excited when new research comes out showing its positive effects on not just your sleep in general, but specifically your ability to stay asleep. Now, CBN is short for cannabinol, which means it's derived from the cannabis plant. However, and this is really important to note, it will not get you high. CBN is not psychoactive in any way. It is a legal, safe, and all-natural supplement. It just happens to be derived from the cannabis plant. In that regard, it's very similar to CBD. Remember, CBD, as I'm sure you know, is a supplement that also does not get you high, but can help with stress and anxiety. Both CBD and CBN are called cannabinoids, and they are part of the 113 different compounds found in the cannabis plant. CBN is actually formed when THC oxidizes over time. Think of it like a sliced apple that's been sitting out over time and browning. As the cannabis plant ages, the THC breaks down over time, and more of THC converts into what we like, which is CBN. CBN may impact sleep via its effects on the CB1 receptor as part of the endogenous cannabinoid system, which is known to regulate sleep-wake cycles. I will also add that for many years, people have been using cannabis as a sleep aid, and it is now thought that specifically CBN was one of the components in cannabis that was helping people sleep. So scientists have essentially been able to extract one of the sleep aid properties of cannabis via CBN. But what's important here is that research suggests it helps your sleep in a very specific way, which I think will be of interest to seniors. In addition to the research I mentioned earlier, a recent animal study also found that CBN helped increase sleep duration. That is to say, your ability to stay asleep during the night. However, this study also found that CBN did not necessarily help you fall asleep faster. It will not help you fall asleep, just help you stay asleep. But if you're like me, falling asleep quickly is not usually the issue. For us seniors, it's staying asleep throughout the night. That's why I think CBN is so promising for seniors as a sleep aid. There's also some research to suggest some other potential health benefits of CBN. Research indicates that CBN has analgesic or pain-relieving properties in the body. CBN appears to influence the activity of neurons that are sensitive to something called capsaicin. Now, capsaicin, as you might know, is found in chili peppers and an ingredient added to many topical pain relievers. These capsaicin-sensitive nerves are important to the body's pain signaling and perception. Research also shows CBN has the ability to fight harmful bacteria. A 2008 study found CBN as one of several cannabinoids, including CBD, that was effective in treating MRSA, a bacterial infection that is resistant to antibiotics. Like CBD, CBN appears to have anti-inflammatory capabilities. Finally, there is some research to suggest that CBN can help with bone health and even glaucoma. So there is a lot of exciting developments happening around CBN and its effects on sleep and your body. However, before you run out and buy some CBN, there are a couple of aspects worth considering. But before I get to that, do me a favor and like this video and click the subscribe button just below. Your support allows me to create more content just like this video that you're watching. Do me a favor, do it right now. And while you're at it, go and check out my website, sleepdoctor.com. It has tons of sleep content, articles, and even a shop. I'll leave a link down below. All right, the first thing you should consider when thinking about CBN is research is limited. There still have only been a few small peer-reviewed studies on the effects of CBN on sleep. The research has not found any negatives to taking CBN for sleep, but as with anything regarding your health, I think more research might be needed. However, I'm always reading the current sleep health journals, So as I learn more, I will be sure and let you know. Second, like all supplements, CBN is not regulated by the FDA. If you buy CBN, make sure to buy it from a reliable brand. Third, it's really important to not let sleep aids like CBN mask your existing sleep problems. Sleep aids like melatonin and CBN can be great at helping you fall asleep and stay asleep, but oftentimes we use these as an excuse to neglect our sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is a term to describe the behavioral and environmental practices that help our bodies get the rest we need. If we're not focusing on improving our sleep hygiene, CBN may help in the short run, but over time, those problems will emerge again. Really, like any sleep aid, CBN should be taken for a short term to help you get your sleep back on track while you further diagnose what's causing your sleep challenges. Another thing to consider is to make sure you're not taking too much CBN. Some people jump on in and they take 10, 20 milligrams, which is far too much. My advice is to start with a very low amount, like 2.5 to 5 milligrams. Also, aim to take CBN around 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. This should give your body the time to digest and metabolize CBN so that you can start benefiting from the sleep-promoting effects of it. Also, like any supplement, make sure to discuss this with your doctor first, just to make sure it's right for you. As you can see, CBN is not just a new wellness trend to follow. It does have some proven benefits that it can help you sleep through the night. But as with anything, take into consideration some of the pros and cons and discuss with your own primary care physician if you have any other questions. So let me know down in the comments below if you use CBN, and if so, what do you think of it? Also, if you think supplementation could help your sleep, check out my video on the best sleep supplements for seniors. All right, everyone, this has been Dr. Michael Bruce, the Sleep Doctor, wishing you sweet dreams.